On 30 and 31, we're going to solve and check for extraneous solutions. So first of all, remember that we need to isolate. And when we isolate, we're going to have to subtract the 7. So we get 2 times the square root of x plus 5 equals 6. So we did well there, but we can still isolate some more. We're going to divide both sides by 2. So we've got the square root of x plus 5 equals 3. And now that we have the square root isolated, we can undo the square root by using its inverse operation of squaring. So we're going to square here and square there. Square rooting and squaring cancel each other out. So we get x plus 5. And 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. And subtract 5 from both sides, and we get x equals 4. And what we did, at least in my class, is we pulled up our calculator then to check. And it's kind of dark. I don't know why. Let's scoot that over a little bit. So 2 times the square root, and then instead of x, we're going to put the 4 plus 5, and then plus 7. And we want it to equal 13. So when we press enter, hopefully it equals 13. And it does. So 4 is a good answer. If it didn't equal 13, then that would be an extraneous solution. Now, luckily here on problem 31, the same process here. The difference on this one is that we already have the square root isolated. So we can start in right away by squaring both sides. And what we have is we have x squared then equals square rooting squaring, cancel each other out. And then because there's an x squared in this, what that says to me is that we need to factor. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. And then we're going to subtract 15 from both sides. And now we have this set up so that we can split the middle. So 1 times 15 is 15. And the factors of 15 are 1 and 15, and 3 and 5. And we're looking for numbers that combine to be 2. Either add or subtract to be 2. We really need negative 2, so this is going to be 3 minus 5. We're splitting the middle, so we get x squared plus 3x minus 5x minus 15. And as we take a look at both of these here, our greatest common factor in the first group is x, and we get x plus 3. Greatest common factor in the second group is the 5. And remember, negative 5x divided by negative 5 is x. Negative 15 divided by negative 5 is positive 3. So ultimately, when we finish factoring here, what we end up with is x plus 3, which is in both groups, and then an x minus 5. And that equals 0. So we're going to take each of these factors. X plus 3 equals 0, and we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. We can take x minus 5 and set it equal to 0. We're going to add 5 to both sides. And once again, what we need to do is we need to check our answers, and we're going to use our calculator to do that. And I'm going to start with putting the value in here. But really what we want to see if negative 3, if we put the square root of 2 times negative 3 plus 15, and once we press enter, we want it to equal negative 3. But it equals positive 3. And because they don't equal the same, this answer here is extraneous. Now we still have to check the 5. It may work and it might not work. We could have both of them be extraneous solutions. So we're going to do that again. I'm going to start on this side. 2 times 5 plus 15. And once we press enter, we want it to equal 5, because that's what x is in this case. So when we press enter, 5, and there is our solution.